You have no doubt heard the idea expressed that reality is an illusion created by the mind, but no one has explained in detail where the illusion comes from. Does it mean that we all are, in a sense, watching a film? Of course, it is highly unlikely that a concrete, rational substantiation of this idea will ever be upheld. Others hold the opposite opinion that the material world is simply a mechanism which functions according to its own immutable laws and cannot be governed by human consciousness. There is surely an irrefutable grain of truth in this idea. The human mind likes to have its feet on solid ground, free of ambiguity, and so for centuries, scholars have been tearing one theory to pieces in favor of another, which is then placed highly on a pedestal. After every fight on the intellectual battlefield for truth, just one fact remains undefeated. Every theory represents a separate aspect of the phenomena of a multifaceted reality. Each theory that stands the test of time has its place, for they all represent one aspect of reality. If you decide that the fate is something predestined that you cannot personally change, then this is how it will be. In effect, you are voluntarily giving yourself to the will of others, becoming like a small boat floating at the mercy of the waves. If, however, you decide that you can create your own destiny, then you will consciously take responsibility for everything that happens in your life, battling against the waves in an attempt to sail your little boat. You may have noticed that whatever you choose is always manifested. What you choose is what you get. Whatever worldview you choose to believe in, the truth of that worldview will always be on your side, and others will argue with you because they too are right. Any aspect of reality can be taken as a starting point and subsequently developed into a whole field of knowledge, and it will have logical consistency and successfully reflect one manifestation of reality. An entire field of knowledge can be substantiated by just one fact, which, although not fully understood, has its place. For example, quantum physics is based on a number of unproven truths and postulates which cannot be proven because they serve as the basic starting point for a given field of knowledge. In quantum physics, a microcosm sometimes acts as a particle and sometimes as a wave. Unable to provide an unambiguous explanation of such dualism, scientists took the phenomena to be an axiom. The postulates of quantum physics brings together different aspects of reality in all its diversity of form, just like the blind man in the parable in one case proclaimed that the elephant functions like a stump and in another like a snake. If in describing the microcosm one chooses to start with its particle quality as fundamental, then one arrives at the model of the atom created by the famous physicist Niels Bohr. In the Bohr model, electrons rotate around the nucleus just like the planets in the solar system. If, on the other hand, one takes the main quality to be the wave, then the model of the atom will look like a blurry dot. Both models work reflecting different manifestations of reality. In this case, too, one could say that the scientists get what they choose. Any manifestation of reality can serve as a postulate or the basis for an argument which will undoubtedly make sense and have its place. In search of truth, people have always striven to understand the nature of the world, studying its individual parts. Bodies of scientific knowledge were created to describe and explain the various phenomena of nature, and often they contradict each other. The nature of the world is one, but it reveals itself to us in many guises. As soon as one phase has been studied and explained, another appears that doesn't fully correspond to the first. Scientists have attempted to overcome these contradictions by encompassing the diverse manifestations of reality in a single model of the universe. But this is no easy task. There is one irrefutable fact that unites and reconciles all branches of knowledge, and that is the diverse and multifaceted nature of reality. Variability in the world's most fundamental quality. For some reason, the defenders of different fields of knowledge disregard this fact in their attempts to describe individual phenomena. Despite the fact that there is so much that could be learned from it, variability is a key reference point, just like 0 is the main reference point on a coordinate grid. Any starting point for a particular area of knowledge is secondary in relation to this key reference point of variability, and yet it is bypassed as if it held no information. Nonetheless, it does carry information, and information of quite an extraordinary nature. To solve the Guardian's riddle, we will take the quality of variability as a starting point. In other words, we will take as a postulate the fact that reality manifests itself in an infinite variety of forms. Despite the very general nature of this postulate, it reveals quite fascinating knowledge. We start with the idea that all diverse manifestations of reality originate in a common source. The world manifests itself as movement of matter through time and space, and this movement is subject to certain laws. As you know, points are plotted on a graph in accordance with mathematical formula. You could say that the function which determines how points are plotted on a graph is also a law. So, where are the laws of the universe written? Formulae like laws are but an abstract product of the human mind, created for the convenience of expressing concepts. It is highly unlikely that the laws of nature are recorded anywhere. Could a graph be created that marked the position of all points of matter? Of course, one could theoretically mark the coordinates of the infinite number of all existing points in the universe, but the capacity of the human memory is too limited to cope with such massive volumes of data. Nature, on the other hand, has no difficulty with eternity. Nature has no need of a formula to generalize the position and movement of points on a graph. If the graph line were to be broken up into infinitely small points, then every point could be seen as a cause and the next point as the consequent effect, whereby any movement of a point of matter through time and space could be perceived as an infinite chain of infinite examples of cause and effect. In science, we describe the movement of matter in terms of laws, but in nature, this movement exists in its natural form as the infinite flow of cause and effect. Generally speaking, information concerning all possible points along the path of moving matter is stored in an information field, which we refer to here as the alternative space. The field contains information about everything that ever has been, is, and ever will be. The alternative space is a material information structure. It is an infinite field containing information on all possible scenarios of any event that could ever possibly take place. One could say that the alternative space contains absolutely everything. We can hardly guess the form this information makes, and yet our purpose here doesn't require us to know this. The important thing is to establish that the alternative space serves as a template or coordinate grid for the movement of all the matter in time and space. Every point in space contains its own version of a given event. For the ease of understanding, let us say that each variation of version has a script and scenery. The scenery is the external form of a phenomena, whereas the script is the path that matter moves along. For the sake of convenience, the alternative space can be said to have different sectors. The greater the distance between the sectors, the more the script and scenery will differ. A person's destiny also has numerous alternatives. Theoretically speaking, there are no limits to the script and sceneries of human existence because the alternative space is infinite. Any seemingly insignificant event can affect a twist of fate. A person's life, just like any other movement of matter, represents a chain of cause and effect events. In the alternative space, the effect is always located in close proximity to its cause. One follows the other, and so the sectors of a person's destiny create a lifeline. The script and settings of the sectors on one line are more or less uniform. A person's life flows evenly in the direction until such time as an event occurs that changes the script and sceneries. When this happens, destiny takes a turn and shifts to another lifeline. Experiencing lifelines placed very close together is like watching a play and then the next day going to the theater again to see the same play. But this time the stage scenery is different. If during the next theater season you saw the play with the same actors, but there had been significant changes to the script, this would be like experiencing a lifeline situated slightly farther away in the alternative space. Finally, if you watched the same production in a different theater, you would see a totally different interpretation of the play, and this would be like experiencing a lifeline that exists a significant distance from the first. Reality has such diversity of form because the number of alternatives for its manifestation is limitless. Any starting point for one or another form of manifestation results in a chain of cause and effect relationship. One could say that reality unfolds through life depending on the selection of the original reference point, and so ultimately everyone gets what they choose. You have the right to choose precisely because an eternal number of alternatives already exist. No one is preventing you from choosing the destiny you would feel comfortable having. Managing your own destiny comes down to one single thing: making the choice. Transurfing shows you how to make that choice. So, an information structure exists that contains an infinite number of potential alternatives, each with its own unique script and scenery. The process of transformation into physical reality corresponds to that laid down in the information structure. How matter moves through the alternative space can be demonstrated by the following metaphor. Imagine a water pipe with a cooling ring that moves slowly along the pipe, causing the water inside it to freeze. The effect of the cooling ring makes it look as if a crystal of ice is moving through the water. Water molecules tend to remain in roughly the same place in a relatively free state. At the moment the cooling ring passes through a given section of water, the molecules inside the ring are solidified into a frozen crystal. As the ring moves farther down the pipe, the frozen water in the area behind the ring melts again and the molecules are freed up. It is not the crystal itself that moves. In other words, it is not a single chunk of ice that floats through the water, but the potential to create the structure of ice, that is the frozen state. The water in the pipe serves as analogy for the alternative space and the crystal of ice as an analogy for the material manifestation of a particular alternative. The water molecules are like people, and their position in the crystal structure is like a manifestation in physical reality of one possible fate. There is no single answer to the question of what the cooling ring symbolizes. In other words, how and why the information structure transforms into physical matter no one can say. In a microcosm, matter can behave as a bundle of energy. We know that in a vacuum, for example, microparticles undergo a continual process of birth and annihilation, suggesting that matter is present and yet doesn't represent a physical substance. The one thing that is clear is the things we can touch have an intangible energetic foundation to them. I hope I have not overwhelmed the reader with too much physics, particularly as we are just at the very beginning of transurfing. The things you learn in this book may come as a bit of a surprise. So, naturally, I offer some theoretical substantiation just to help the mind keep a firm footing. To be patient. Do be patient. The wave is another analogy for the process of physical manifestation in which the sea is the alternative space and the wave the material manifestation of a given alternative. Take a wave that forms in a sea after an earthquake. It looks like the wave moves across the surface of the sea in a hump, but in fact, the water remains in the same place. It is not a mass of water that is moving across the sea so much as the energetic potential for transformation into physical reality. It is only when the accumulation of water finally reaches the shore that it breaks on the ground. Any other wave behaves in the same manner. Does this mean that material manifestation moves through time and space while the potential alternative remain in one place for eternity in the space of everything that was, is, and will be? Why not? Time of itself is as static as space. The passing of time is only felt when it turns like film footage, one shot following another. If you unroll the film and look at the frames put together, there is no time because all the frames exist simultaneously. Time is static until we start looking at each frame in sequence. It is the same in life, which is why the idea that everything comes and goes is so deeply rooted in our minds. Everything that is recorded in the field of transformation has always been there and will always be there. Life lines exist like a reel of film. Things that have happened in the past do not just disappear, and what has yet to be in the future is already present here in the now. The current section of a person's life is a material manifestation of the alternative space in the section of their life line. This idea might be slightly perturbing, and you may be asking yourself, how is it possible for countless alternatives of your own fate to exist simultaneously in stasis? Who is responsible for this? God or laws of nature, perhaps? Imagine a point on a coordinate grid. In school, we are taught that any point on the grid can have any x and y coordinate from minus to plus infinitely, and yet it doesn't occur to anyone to ask why a point can have absolutely any coordinate. Imagine if the point that moves along the function line were surprised and asked, how can this be that the path I have travelled so far has always existed and always will, and how can it be that the path I am about to travel has already been outlined in advance? In It would seem strange to point, but not to you because you are observing its path from above, able to see things from a different perspective. The alternative space serves as a template that determines how physical reality can show itself. Imagine a person walking through a dark forest with a torch. In the dark, the person holding the torch light up a small area around themselves. The entire forest is like the alternative space, while the area which is lit up is like the physical manifestation of the alternative in that area. The question remains as to what provides the light. In other words, what ignites, that is, materializes a particular alternative within the template. To answer this question, we need to take a different starting point. Nowadays, most people agree that thoughts are material. There is also evidence that reality takes two forms. On the one hand, material existence defines consciousness, and on the other hand, there is clear evidence to the contrary, indicating that consciousness also defines physical existence. Therefore, thought not only provide the motivation for human action, they also have a direct influence on our reality. For example, our worst expectations generally tend to come true. Of course, one could argue that this is not because our thoughts were materialized, but rather that our thoughts were a premonition of impending misfortune that would have occurred anyway. There is undoubtedly much that is unclear and ambiguous about paranormal phenomena. However, that doesn't mean that one should ignore or negate the relationship between thought and the process of material realization. Much evidence exists to indicate the direct impact of thought on reality. One way or another, individual consciousness shapes a person's destiny. This book focuses specifically on how this is possible. Thought energy transforms possible alternatives into physical reality. This statement is correct because reality can be manifested in any form defined by consciousness. Evidence of this hypothesis can be found not only in everyday life but also in experiments of quantum physics. For our purposes, the specific mechanism by which thought energy interacts with the alternative space is of no great consequence. It is not yet cleared by what means the transfer of information takes place. Whether on an energetic level or by some other means, for convenience sake, we will simply work with the idea that thought energy lights up a certain sector of alternative space, as a result of which one alternative is transformed into physical reality. Waves of thought energy find the sector in the alternative space that corresponds in quality. The alternative of the sector is then made manifest on the physical level, making the process of how consciousness creates reality.